First question.
Are Steven and Jabari available?
Yes.
Who are your starters for tonight?
Same as last game. Steven. The bigs.
There's been a lot of discussion over the years about the similarities between Nikola Jokic and Alperen Sengun, and they both recently kind of, they've always been complimentary of each other's games. What do you see when you look at film of both of them and watch them both play of the differences that make them unique and make them their own players?
Well, they do have a lot of similarities, uniqueness for some bigs and what they can do, but I would say experience right now, and obviously Jokic playing at an MVP level for the last 5+ years, and winning a championship, going through those things, is experience on his side. Albie's, I would say, a little more athletic, and but that's where you draw the line. I think there's a lot of similarities: passing ability, isolation ability, post-up ability. So they do a lot of the same things, and I see the comparison, see why.
You've coached against Nikola a bunch of times, obviously, in your career. What are some of the biggest principles you teach your defense or things for them to key on in a given night?
Well, there's different philosophies how you want to go after them. A lot of teams try to make them score and then take away the passing ability. They kind of thrive when he has up his mid-20s and high assist numbers, high rebound numbers, and so we've done all of the above before. But this year, I think drawing a lot more fouls, and I don't know if you want to call it foul baiting or whatever, sweep throughs and pump fakes and those things. I think he's kind of added that a little bit more this year, but and the three-point shot is extremely high number this year, and so tough guard all the way around. So some of the things we talked about with Alperen, a mismatch on the perimeter, on the post, and everywhere in between, and so makes him one of the best and why he is who he is.
With Thanksgiving around the way, what are you thankful for, Coach?
What am I thankful for? Coaching this lovely team.
You mentioned free throws earlier. Both Kevin and Alperen, their free throws are up by a good bit this year relative to last year. Is that something you expect in training camp, and what do you attribute that to?
I'd say the ball in their hands more. Jalen led us in that area last year, and he was a guy that attacked and got downhill, but just with him not being here, Alperen touching the ball a lot more, teams going after him, and KD as well, and so they're two of the guys that handle the most and draw the most attention, and albeit a different way of getting to the basket consistently. They're drawing physical defenders every night, and it's going to be directly from that.
When Aaron goes out there and does what he does the other night, guys like him and Jeff, can you recall the value that guys like that have the rest of the time during practice, road trips, everywhere else for such a young team?
Yeah, it's been like that from day one. They all came in the same time, 3 years ago now, and brought that professionalism, that work ethic, and always staying ready. Jeff obviously played a ton his first year due to injuries, and has been a coach on the bench ever since, and everything in between. And so always ready when called upon, and I think Aaron embodies that. He's been the starter at times, finished games over the years, and then hasn't played for 5 or so games, and always comes in ready. So they go about it every day the right way, and proud to have those guys with us, and grinding every day. You see all the work they put in behind the scenes, and so when their number's called, they're always ready and not really surprised by it.
There's been a fair amount of zone, I think, from your team this season compared to previous years. Is part of that to save your guys' legs and kind of a measure to keep them fresh, so to speak?
No, not really. I think it's matchup based. We were playing extremely big at times, and other teams are playing small, and we like what we do on the offensive end, but to ask Steven and Alperen to chase around some of these smaller guys at times would be difficult. So something we not stumbled upon last year, but started employing a little bit more when we went double big more often when Steven was able, and we got to get our communication up in certain areas, but something that's really worked for us and kind of a change of pace for the other team.
Can you talk about playing in the cup games? Do you think people in the league, players, coaches, now you're more familiar with how it works, and what you think it adds?
Yeah, it's something to spice it up early in the season, kind of monotony early in the year, but you're not only playing a contender in your conference, so it's a big game there, but something on the line, and we had a taste of that last year getting to Las Vegas, and falling short, want to get back and do a little bit better, and so teams know about it. I think it's gained some traction over the years. First year was kind of unexpected. People didn't really know what to expect as far as that, but I think the guys get up for it, and like I said, not only the financial, the bragging rights and all those things, and I think, like I said last year, we felt we had a good shot there. Didn't play our best in that OKC game, but would like to overcome that this year.
Anything else? LaShawn?
Of course, we saw improvement from Reed from three-point range this season, but how much has it opened up his game now that he also has an in-between game where he's able to score in the crowds and he's able to, kind of add that element to his game?
Yeah, I would say he always had that. The three-point shot going down at a higher clip is going to open that up for him. Team's going to guard him, defend him a different way, and run him off the line. And he's always had the mid-range pull-up and kind of the runners and floaters, and so just a chance of getting out there to do it a little bit more, and the confidence to do it. But he's been extremely aggressive hunting his shots, and that opens up his driving lanes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.